Hi, I'm Hannah Murray, and I will be talking about my clinical experiences at Asp Elementary in Moorhead, Minnesota. And so I'll start with my first day thoughts and go into what I thought up to this point. So before going into my first clinical, I was extremely nervous on what my teacher was going to be like. Was she going to be nice, mean? Did she want me there? And she had a Latino last name, so I was extremely nervous on if I was going to pronounce her last name right, and I was totally over exaggerating because my teacher is extremely nice. She loves having me there, and when I first walked into the classroom, she had a group of kids with her, and she kind of stopped everything, and we did introductions, and she talked a little bit about herself, and then the kids got to introduce themselves. And one thing that I noticed with every kid that introduced themselves was that she had a sheet hanged up on her whiteboard that said, "Hi, my name is blank and I speak blank and blank." So they would fill in their name and what languages that they spoke. And I thought that was really cool to hear their backgrounds and what I was going to be working with. And towards the end of the day, my teacher kind of explained to me the rundown of the layout of what was going to be happening when I would be there. And she gave me a tour of the school because I've never been, and we just chatted about that kind of stuff. And then moving on beyond the first day, so what a typical day would look like for my teacher and I would be about 20 to 25 minutes with each different grade of kiddos that she has throughout the day. And when I am there, I mostly have second and third graders. And so the second graders would be there when I got there. And usually they would be going over a worksheet, which my teacher makes all of her worksheets herself from no template or anything. And then they would go over, it depends on what age, but alphabets, sight words, flashcards, and that's what they would usually do. And then they would do little books that my teacher found, and they wouldn't just read them once, we would read them 3 times in a row. So once all together, and then once with the teacher, and then once with me, just for that repetition aspect that the kids can get. And another thing that I noticed when I was there was that the kids definitely felt more outgoing and more energetic inside of her classroom rather than out in the hallway. So in the regular classroom with 20 other kids, and then in the ELL room only having 4 kids total. And my teacher explained to me that it's kind of sad how those kids feel so safe in her classroom, but once they're out in the hallway back into their regular classroom, that they don't really feel the need to voice themselves. They get nervous about voicing themselves. And in the classroom, they have such great opinions and are such fun kids. It makes me sad that these kids aren't willing to put themselves out there to the other kiddos. And so wrapping up, that is a rundown of my first initial thoughts of my clinical, and then kind of like a daily routine when I'm there of a rundown what I get to experience in my clinicals. And I'm really looking forward to the rest of my time spent at that elementary and getting to know my teacher and those kiddos more. So thank you.